These are my favorite shoes. Favorite shoes of all time ever, actually. And favorite enough to be sitting here talking about them. Some sort of Doc Martens. I think they're the made in England type, if you trust the bottom of a shoe. I got them in Glendale in the 10th grade. They were used, but they definitely weren't this used at the time. But I love them. I love them so much. They're one of my favorite objects. They don't fall off, but they slip on super easy. The knot never comes out. They have a super wide toe box. They used to be waterproof, and they're just so swaggy. And I didn't do any intentional, mindful customization, but every step and decision and sharp thing that I stepped on kind of turned it into a little sculpture. They're really cool. They were kind of my first cool guy shoes, my first non-sneaker, non-hiking boot, sort of used as a boots. They're awesome. They made me feel like an adult. But yeah, to many more steps. This next one is a little sad. It's my Casio, or it's a 2D representation of what my Casio would have looked like. For as long as I remember, I've always owned some sort of Casio or G-Shock, but this one was pretty far ahead of all the others. It was kind of all I needed, and it was metal, and it looked really good, and it was really comfortable. Like, the plastic ones kind of get sweaty. This one never gets sweaty. It scratches really nice, and I wore it so much that I kind of got to know it in a kind of funny way, and I learned that the actual watch face is plastic, and that the stainless steel part that they advertise is only on the back here. I never took it off. I never set it down in fear that I would lose it, because I'm the type of guy that would lose their watch after they set it down for 5 minutes. I had a day where I thought I lost it. I lost it for about an hour, and it ended up just being in my pocket. And after I found it again, I was like, wow, I should document it or scan it somehow, because it's a $20 watch. So the value's in kind of all the scratches and dings and time that it's tracked and spent with me. Anyway, so I put it on my printer and I scanned it. A couple weeks later though, after I scanned it, I was at Malibu Creek on the side of a rock above a little tiny body of water, and I grazed the side with my wrist and it just plopped off, which it's never done before. It landed in the only irretrievable spot to us at the time. So I bought this fishing magnet for it, and I was gonna get it back, but it was too close to my my surgery date, so I didn't end up getting it. But I was still gonna retrieve the watch. It's just too cool not to. And this is my 1998 Toyota Land Cruiser, one of my most loved and hated objects, and the object that I probably anthropomorphize the most. My parents got it for me when I was 17 with the understanding that I would somehow make money with it, and I did. It was a shop on wheels that let me do the detailing business, and I've been doing it ever since. Started out towing a trailer, and then I ended up putting it all in the back of the car so that somebody else could use the trailer. I think the feeling of getting your first car is similar everywhere, but especially in LA, it was a kind of a world-opening experience. It kind of let me explore and find out where everything was and kind of connect the little pockets of knowledge that I had into one big mental map. I don't know, it was really cool. Since I got it, I've put about 80,000 miles, bringing up the total to 431,840 miles. Same 4.7 liter naturally aspirated V8, same transmission, same everything. Nothing's been rebuilt. Not that it doesn't need to be rebuilt. The seats are kind of raw, making the seat warmers work really well. Sunroof leaks pretty bad. It makes all the noises that you would expect an old car to make. But I love her. She's gone from car to mule to bed to truck bed to camping setup to car wash, and now back to pickup truck. Took out the seats and put a platform in it, and it's pretty spacious. Yeah, it's been my independence directly and indirectly in every sense of the word, except I do feel like Chevron's bitch. My car was cool. It was never quite as magical as this. This is my Trek 1420 road bike from my great uncle Ralph, aka Killer Miller. It was his triathlon bike in Honolulu, and it just has like its whole steez and speed and magic that no other bike has. It was my first bike that I went to middle school in. That got stolen. My second bike got stolen, so I protected it. It's aluminum, and it's really fast. It's really fast. My tent. I two-person backpack tent. Really awesome object. You can do something about this big and turn it into a, spot away from the wind and the rain. It was really cool. I got it for a camping trip with Ed. I have always thought that I owned a tent, but I had always just either gone to Tristan and all the equipment or slept in my car or even just cowboy camped. It's really awesome. I've done Mexico with it, a lot of Angeles Crest. It's dope. And camped it with like this, I've camped with it with the rainfall. Lots of really fun adventures. Anyway, I'll see you back at the house. Oh, these? These are my favorite sunglasses. Silver District Vision Takayoshi Altitude Master sunglasses, to be specific. Really the inspiration for this video. I used to detail Max and Tom's cars at the office. I was in one day and I was telling Tom that I thought these sunglasses looked really, really cool, and he went inside, showed them to me, and then gave them to me very graciously, like the rest of the stuff that they gave me over the years. But these were the craziest. They were insane. I thought they looked so cool. They were even cooler to wear than they were to look at, too. I mean, they were worth like 10 car washes to me at the time, which I didn't know, but I still took care of them as if I had known the price. I don't know, they looked cool and they felt cool and they made me feel as cool as they looked. And then I put this strap on it, put my number on the inside just in case, if I ever lost it. I also think it helps offset some of the stees that these radiate off. I think it's a good balance. It also helped I wouldn't have to put it in my pocket or anything when I did the insides of the cars. But the reason I said this is kind of the inspiration for making the video is because I was having such a good time wearing these sunglasses and feeling so cool in them, looking at beautiful things in them, and kind of getting attached to this object that I had gotten given. And I just kind of came to this realization that when I died, I wouldn't be able to really take them with me. All the attachment that I had developed over however much time wouldn't mean anything, and all the materialism in the world wouldn't save them from the death of me not knowing that they existed anymore. I wouldn't be able to take them with me. But it's okay. I told Max this and he thought it was funny, but in the meantime I have them. They're mine for now, and I still haven't gotten enlightened, but I'll look cool in the meantime. This is my small collection of notebooks. They're the only thing on this list that I made, and I'm really kind of proud of them. The system that I have here is sort of recent, basically journals. This one is from when I was a kid. This was a little later. This one was a gift. I think these three were gifts, and I bought the other ones. kind of become this all-encompassing daily habit that I have. They weren't really meant to be a thing I made, just more of a thing I did. But as I got more distance from them, and I looked back at them, they kind of became these little pieces of art to me, and I'm still going. I've scanned a couple of them, and they look even more like a piece of art when I do that. Planning on doing all of them. They usually last about 3 months, which is a good amount of time to be a chapter in your life, which is a cool way of looking at it if you want to look at it like that. Great way to look back and see when you had the ideas that you were having, like this. This is the idea for this video that I had almost exactly a week ago, which is proof that while I did steal this shot from Van and in turn Eames, I was planting the seeds of this video while Van's was fruiting. This is probably the brightest side of materialism for me, the biggest positive that comes out of objects, something that I have to do. But yeah, that's it. Oh, almost forgot. You need something to write with. For me, that's this pen, Landy Safari. It's kind of messy, it's kind of cheap, but it writes really nice. It makes me want to pick up the pen and write and use it. And if I don't have it, I don't write as much at all. Now on to the container section of this video. This is my kind of everything kit. Briefcase. And it is my default NPC backpack. I haven't been to the top of Kilimanjaro, but been on a couple pretty cool trips. This is my beautiful Japanese toolbox that my mom got me from Toyo. This is my slightly uglier American toolbox full of American junk. This isn't a container, but it's in the container. One of my favorite hats. Kershaw knife. Pocket operator. Harmonica. Brown guitar alarm clock. Swiss Army knife. Victorinox. Guitar pick. Banya hat. Tristan's mom's hat. Sears cowboy hat. Broken model plane. Let's see. Alright, Pimp Daddy cane with telescope. This book my uncle gave me. Crocs. Mini croc. Police flashlight. Most beautiful birthday card I've ever gotten from Sadie. Portable speaker from Quentin. Knife that says Lance. Tech deck. Beach tchotchke. This little dude Tristan made me. And then, last but not least, this plant. My sister recently got me. Big briefcase. Yeah, containers, boxes, briefcases, bags, really awesome objects. Really great tools. Tools that carry more tools. And speaking of tools, the next one on the list is desks. And this desk, it was my parents' first dining room table turned desk turned my desk. And over the years we've put, some burn marks in it and some watermarks. It's really beautiful, really proportional, and the right color and the right height, and it folds out, and I think it's made in Denmark, and it's just really cool. It's a tool that doesn't need to be noticed, but is used so frequently. Next up are these. Dickies double knee 40-30 pants. They are the best size of pant in my humble opinion. They give you the silhouette of a person the same way big wheels with no lift gives a car like that Hot Wheels look. Because they're so big, I have to wear a belt with them. This is my weapon of choice, US Cavalry belt. When it worked, I wore this belt. Really, really awesome belt. Sadie repaired one of the belt loops right here. Repaired the double knee pocket with this bit of shirt that I gave her. She's gonna be repairing these pants for a really long time. They're just so cool. Honorable mention though, similar size golf jeans. Thanks guys. And there's this, the most powerful, versatile tool and instrument and machine that I can carry around with me. It is my 16-inch MacBook Pro. Last time I got a laptop, I was 10. And I had the option of choosing between a party or this. And I chose this, and it was definitely the the right choice. It was just so cool. It was kind of my own unregulated way of exploring the internet and still had the pro ports. This little sticker's funny. I don't know. It was just really cool. Big upgrade now. Definitely wouldn't be able to get this one if it didn't come out of my college fund, so one good thing came out of SMC. It's really amazing. Having a laptop has kind of changed my life, and it's just such an insane tool, especially with This is my Fender Starcaster acoustic something or other, a guitar that my dad got for me at the Rose Bowl in return for me learning a James Taylor song for him. It's kind of a cheap guitar, but you wouldn't know it by hearing it, or at least I wouldn't. None of my other objects sound this good with basically no skill. You know, painting and drawing and singing, everything else needs some sort of expertise or training. This one, you know, the most basic chord sounds really good and anybody can do it, but it's just fun. Alright, this is the last bit of clothing that I'll talk about. Some sort of big Carhartt jacket, the craziest embroidering on the back. Montana College of Mineral Science and Technology. Becky used to be part of that, and now it is turned into the jacket of Becky Marenzi. Kind of completes the Doc and Dickies outfit as my standard default outfit. I don't know, it's sort of beat up looking, but kind of adds to the charm of the jacket. This one is my favorite non-tool item I own. It's a family signet ring that my dad got me for my 18th birthday. Kind of the sort of thing that you know will be an heirloom eventually. And you can probably tell by my other things that I am a big proponent of using your things until you can't use them anymore, and this is kind of the exception. I wore it for like a month and it was starting to get scratched up, and I was worried that the chemicals that I was using every day would somehow tarnish the metal, and so I stopped using it. But I told my dad that when I got some sort of job that didn't have me washing cars, taking the ring on and off, I would wear it again. He has one too now, and it's sort of this promise of future success. Last but not least, my Leica M7, which is technically Jacquie's Nikon FE2. It's the only object here that isn't mine. We celebrated Christmas at her house. I showed her my point and shoot, and she told me that she had a Leica in her closet. I'm like, no way. And she brought out this, and it was this old Nikon. I didn't really know anything about film cameras a few months ago, and I was like, wow, it looks really cool. And then my dad asked if I could borrow it for a little bit, and it was Christmas Day, so she couldn't really say no, and she gave it to me. And then she gave it to me and I fell in love with the camera. She hasn't asked for it back yet, so we'll see how many more photos I can squeeze out of it. It's just been this kind of amazing tool to see adventures in a different way. Really nice thing to hold. It's dense, it clicks and clacks in the best ways, and your hands definitely love a camera. It really does feel like you're using a gun when you press the shutter. It has a very similar feeling in your hands, but a much different feeling in your head. It's felt like some sort of entry into a world that I didn't really know how to feel about. I don't really know how to feel about it still, but I think taking photos can just be kind of fun. And it is. It is really fun. It came from a really cool era of fierce SLR competition. It has an electronically controlled vertical travel metal focal plane shutter with titanium curtains. Shutter speeds from 1/4000th of a second to 8 seconds, which is all battery controlled, but does have a 120 for a second.
Okay, down some.